Hello everybody and welcome to Third Chair. Today we are playing some Pokemon Showdown, and actually it's going to be matches I've already played, but we're just going to post-commentate them. So while I do my intro, I'm bringing up my first battle that I've had in a long time. I'm actually going to switch sides, because I am on the other side. Now you can see me, like I would be seeing myself in a normal battle. But yeah, so I just decided that it's been really busy. I haven't put up videos in a long time, but I've always liked playing Pokemon. It's been real fun, so I wanted to get back into it a little bit. And I started off by remembering there's this great website called PokemonShowdown.com, and real fun battles you can have there, all different types of games, and I wanted to see if I was still any good. Because back in, I think it was 4th gen, I started competitive battling on my DS at the time, and I brought it into 5th gen a little bit too, and it was pretty fun. And way back a long time ago, on GameFAQs, I was even part of a trading guild and a battling guild, and I worked my way up there, became the champion, but eventually I kind of grew away a little bit. I started playing other games, got real busy, but I still have all those friends, and I actually have a couple battles with them. I got back in touch and said, hey, you guys want to battle it up a little bit? And so those will be seen in the future. But for now, my first battle, just to have a little bit of fun, I went into a random battle, which you have completely random teams. They're pretty competitive Pokemon. So like right now, as you can see, each Pokemon here is like considered a good set for each one. So my Florges is a knows Moonblast and has a pretty good special defense and all that. But they're not meant to be super serious. So after these random battles, I went into Overused. And actually, that's it for this one. I forgot. I think he forfeited or he left. But that was a win, and that was nice. So we're going to move on. And here is my first official OU battle. And I'll go into a lot of detail about it, my team, first of all. So I'll just pause it right here. As you can see, my team is Talonflame, Heatran, Starmie, Ferrothorn, Clefable, and Metagross. And my Metagross is my Mega, and this is the first team I decided to make, coming right back into it. And at Showdown at the time, we had a suspect test going on. They were test banning Mega, Sableye, and I think Shadow Tag. So they weren't around at a lot of these battles, but not that I would have... I haven't seen too much of them afterwards either, but so this is maybe about a week ago I was doing these battles, and they build up until then. So to start off, we get this match, and I'm a little rusty still. Ferrothorn versus Garchomp. So I know that I can easily take on anything Garchomp has. A Fire Blast, unless he's maybe, very strong special attack, won't kill. And I have free rocks, free Leech Seed. So we're going to start it off. So he does use Fire Blast. You can see it only does 2/3 damage, 66%. I get a free Stealth Rock. Now, that's pretty good for me, and on this Ferrothorn, I actually have Protect, as you can see. And that gets me a little bit of HP. I really do like running Protect on Ferrothorn. It's a great scout. Ferrothorn loves the extra leftovers HP, and especially Leech Seed if you have it on the opponent. So I switch into my Heatran, who's Heatran on a balloon! One of my favorite YouTubers, The Foaming Spade, he used to run Heatran on a balloon, and I just loved it. It's so good. So it walls Garchomp pretty well, unless his balloons popped. So he goes for the free Stealth Rock, and I decide to go for a Lava Plume here. So, and this is because he has nothing that really wants to take it. His Keldeo is the best option, but I'm not going to make those double moves yet. I'm running Earth-powered Dark Pulse, I think, Lava Plume and Rocks, so I really can't hit him much anyways. I was hoping to fish out a burn right here, but I don't, so I switch my Heatran back. And in comes my Starmie, and I put in Starmie not because he's the best defensively, but he can take on Keldeo for a bit, and no Thunderbolt can scare him out, can Rapid Spin away the rocks. So I do like having him as support. I need to keep my Starmie healthy though, because not much else can take on a Keldeo, maybe my Talonflame. So another good reason to Rapid Spin here is to get my Talonflame, get the rocks out of the way for him. But he sends in his Tyranitar, that's pretty obvious. I'm not going to go for a water move, so that's a pretty smart switch on. And it looks pretty defensive. Not that I really have much to do about that. So I go for a Recover. I think he goes for Pursuit here, which is that kind of stinks because now I'm stuck, and there's not much I can do. But I actually was, I forgot Tyranitar do like to run pursuit. But anyways, I go for a stall because that's the best I can do now. I'm faster. If I get a burn, that's fantastic, but I don't. So now my Starmie's sacked, unfortunately. But he played the smart move of switching to Tyranitar. So now I'm at a half health, and I go into my Heatran. Once again, Tyranitar cannot do much to Heatran while Heatran has a balloon, because Earthquake can't hit him, obviously. So he's going to switch back into his Keldeo. It takes a little bit of Stealth Rock damage, not too much. And I go for Earth Power. And Earth Power hits everything on his team pretty hard, except for that Tornadus he has hiding in the background. He's not going to want to take Stealth Rock damage, and Tornadus cannot do much to a Heatran. So I switch to my Ferrothorn. I don't remember what move he goes for here. Okay, so he does go for the Secret Sword and takes me out, unfortunately. So now my big wall is down, and I need to be very careful about what I do. So his Sandstorm's gone, which is fine, and I can get my Talonflame in for free. This is a pretty easy KO if he decides to keep his Keldeo in. And he doesn't have anything that can really take a Brave Bird. His Tyranitar would be his best option. And he actually sends in his Garchomp, which I would say is his second best option, because people like to run defensive Garchomp now. That Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet combo, and then I also get the Brave Bird recoil, so I took a ton of damage for that. But now his Garchomp, it's a little bit lower. It's pretty easily revenge killed at this point. If I was, say, running in a Zumba, which I don't have. But I did not predict the Dragon Claw right away. I actually predicted him to maybe set up, and I went into my Clefable, which only knows Magic Bounce. It's not unaware. But either way, perfect for me, because now I get to, no damage. And he sends out his Keldeos to, I think, die to a Moonblast, because either way, Moonblast is going to hit pretty hard. Oh, no, I went for Calm Mind. Okay, that's not good. But this is good, because now his Keldeo is going to miss this Hydro Pump, which is huge, because my Clefable stays at, 2-2. And I actually don't think his Keldeo can do anything to me, so I'm just going to keep setting up. And at this point, I don't know why, he's up 6-4, and he forfeits. Unfortunately, I guess he couldn't take it on with any of his team. I thought, maybe he had a good chance, but that's the first official OU battle I had. We went into good detail. We're gonna take a second look here at the second one. Moving on, I will switch sides again. So this is my team, same team as last time. I'm just gonna go back to my last turn, just to you can see that this battle starts out pretty interestingly because he has a Pinsir, which is his Mega. So, that's going to hit hard. His Victini, which I haven't seen too many of, but usually I can deal with them. This team, not so much. This team had a little trouble dealing with Victini. His own Ferrothorn, a Zapdos, a Crocodile, and a Manaphy. And coming back in, I did not know how good Manaphy was, and Manaphy is very strong if you let it be. So, first things first, Victini, Ferrothorn, I'm not staying in for a Recreate if he has that, so I go right into my Heatran, which I expected to wall this thing out with, but he goes for a U-turn, pops my balloon, that's pretty crucial, because now he can take me out many different ways. He sends in his Manaphy called Bad Uber. I guess he doesn't like me too much. Goes for a Tail Blow, Ice Beam, does 56%, but luckily because of the Leech Seed I put on him, it actually gets me back into enough health where he can't hit me with another Ice Beam and 2-hit KO. I, unfortunately, am running Gyro Ball on this Ferrothorn, so it is not enough to take him out. So I was hoping just to stall him out a little bit. I did not think this out too well, but I do get free rocks. And because he still has his leftovers, so he's still going to be around for a long time. But I am now protected. He can't get any stronger, but I am also at full health. So I'm hoping I can take one Ice Beam, and I don't. So now my Ferrothorn is out. And he is very hard to take down. So I go for a Brave Bird. I knew it wouldn't do much, but I needed to get some free damage on him. Sadly, this thing is going to destroy my team. I go on my Metagross, Mega Evolve, go for Thunder Punch because I am faster, take him out. I love running Thunder Punch on this Metagross because otherwise my team really doesn't have much to take on water types. Starmie goes down pretty quickly, and Ferrothorn kind of doesn't have much outside of stall sets, so having Thunder Punch on Metagross matters as well. He goes for a knockoff. It's critical, it's super effective, it wasn't good. I misclicked. Okay, just last turn, I actually misclicked on that, and because I wasn't using my mouse, and I hit Zen Headbutt by completely accident instead of going for a Meteor Mash. I just wanted to hit him, but Unfortunately, that's going to cost me a lot here, and I am going to just completely do a stupid move, and now I've got to switch him out and go into my Heatran, who can take the knockoff kind of well, but he switches out because I think my Heatran's faster, goes into his Zapdos, takes a good amount of damage. I'm still going to go for a Lava Plume, though. It's probably especially defensive, but I burn him. That's very good because even if he is quicker, he's not going to last long. He's going to go for a Defog to get rid of the rocks, which is big for his Pinsir, Victini. His whole team's pretty bad against rocks, I'd say, for the most part, except for Ferrothorn. So I Scald him. He's done. He goes back into his Crocodile called Liability. I think it's Scarfed because right there he is faster than me, and gets another crit. Not that it really mattered in that case. And now he's Moxie Scarf, and that's bad. But I still have Michael Fable. He can't do much with it because it's resisted. I do go for a Moonblast. Easy 82% there. I thought it would kill, but I'm not running the best offensive Clefable. I do get a free soft boiled out of it, though, so he's right to switch away. And then I switch to my Heatran and take on his Ferrothorn. But very good move right there because he can't take it. Boom, gets super effective 100% Lava Plume. I don't know why he sacked his Ferrothorn. I guess he didn't really need it. Now he's going to go in, and he's going to go for an Earthquake, because my Heatran can't take anything. I'll just quickly go back to that last turn, just to show you guys. So right here, when he does sack this, he has a bunch of ways to take out my Heatran, whether or not his Mega Pinsir, knows the any coverage move against it. But he's not looking too well against the Heatran, so he's trying to get rid of him. So I send him my Clefable to take the Earthquake. I take about half. Luckily, I can kill him, revenge kill him right here, and I do. So my Clefable's kind of done, but I get rid of what I thought was the biggest counter. And now I have his two very, very strong quick Pokemon versus my Heatran and almost dead Clefable and almost dead Metagross, so it's not looking too good for me. I still want to potentially, if he's going to set up here, I think I'm going to try and go for a Moonblast. If I don't, that was a bad decision. Good. Okay, so I do go for that. He's ×2, he's very quick, but that Moonblast doesn't do half. So he hits me with a return, and now I've got to find a way to deal with it. So I go into my Heatran, and he knows Earthquake. Not good. That pretty much seals the deal for me, so his Mega Pinsir is going to sweep my team, and it was a good game. A good game all around. 2-0 for him. I realized a few weaknesses on my team, especially when my Ferrothorn went down. That was bad because his Mega Pinsir just can freely take out the rest of it. But, getting back into it. It's all fun. Now we're going to go into the third battle. I am not the Goodra, but it likes to switch sides on me. So now I've got, facing CH Sage, he's got a Lucario. That's his Mega, I would assume. No one really runs Mega Chomp. Togekiss, definitely looking for some hacks there. Milotic, physically defensive. A Roserade, getting the Sleep Powder. Garchomp and a Goodra. So overall, a good team, I'd say. Doesn't really have much, though, to take out my Ferrothorn, in my opinion. So Goodra, though, is pretty strong, so it's a good start off, but it's also, unless it runs Fire Blast or Flamethrower, it can't hit it too hard. But he does know Flamethrower, does 98.9%, which is huge. That's big. So my Ferrothorn's already out. That was a dumb decision of me to stay in. I could have easily just put in my Heatran to take out anything this Goodra has, because it can't take on a Heatran. So I go for Protect. I just need some free health. He's just going to keep locking himself in the Flamethrower. I don't know what set this is. I'm assuming it's Scarf or maybe Special Defensive. I don't know at the moment. But I get a free Flash Fire out of this. And he's going to go into his Milotic, a very safe switch into Heatran. That's the only thing I really have to fear. And I'm going to go for a Lava Plume because it's boosted right now and does 22%. So he's pretty strong, I would say, I guess, and he's specially defensive. But I'm going to go into my Ferrothorn, not because I expected to live anything that he'd hit me with, but because if he does sack my Ferrothorn, I did expect to be able to set up with Clefable pretty easily. But he goes for an odd Aqua Wing. I guess he's trying to stay healthy. But that's fine for me, because his Ice Beam's going to... Oh, his Ice Beam actually killed. I thought I could get a Leaf Seed off. I haven't seen this battle in a while. But, see, I end up going into my Clefable like I wanted to, and he's going to switch out and go right into his Roserade, which is pretty smart. Because if he gets a Sleep Powder on my Clefable, I can't do much. And I think he's going to miss, which is critical, because I can set up a second Calm Mind, not really realizing that I'm not going to do much to him. And he misses again, and it's not looking good for him. But as you can see right there, he he has 80% after 2 times Moonblast, so I'm not liking the look of that. And he finally hits the sleep powder. Not that it does much. And I'm staying in just because I'm set up. And he switches out. He goes into his Guju. And that's fine. But I get a first turn wake up and use another Calm Mind. It's just very, very important here that I do get this Calm Mind, because now his Guju is going to go down unless he gets a critical Sludge Wave, but he doesn't. It does 20%, super effective. I am poisoned, which is so important right here. I'd like to point out this poison can let me sweep his entire team, that he actually got it, because his Roserade can't put me to sleep, and everything else is probably 1 or 2 hit KO'd. His Garchomp, Lucario, Togekiss, maybe not Togekiss. His Garchomp, Lucario, and Goodra all get 1 hit KO'd at this point, and his Roserade, Togekiss, and Milotic can't do anything except for maybe, he can't even get Paraflinch hacks with his Togekiss, because this poison is stopping any status, and my Magic Guard isn't going to let me get hurt by it. So he's kind of in a really bad situation. So I hit him with a Moonblast, and he's so tanky. He actually takes 2% still. Crazy stuff. Goodra, you are so strong, at least in special defenses. So he goes for another Sludge Wave, gets 20%. I believe I just went for another Moonblast, take him out. I could have gone for a Soft Blow and a little bit better health at this point. But I'm not worried. He's in a pickle, and I'm not. And then he forfeits. Yeah, a lot of forfeits in these first couple battles. People... They're not playing their matches out right now, but that's okay, because we get a lot more playing out later. And this is just my first couple battles anyways. There are a lot of back and forths I'm trying to learn out each team. So we got 2 more to talk about today. This team guy is testing team 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am Super Yoshi Bros on the left with my Steven Stone little avatar. He is running a incredibly strong team. I'd like to point out he has 2 Stall Breakers with Kyurem Black and Hoopa Unbound. I haven't seen either of these guys in action yet. His Landorus Therian can be used in multiple ways as maybe a pivot, I guess, or a Stealth Rock user, but he does have Klefki and Excadrill to do that for him. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is yet on his team. I know it's a very solid defensive core with Slowbro. Turns out his Slowbro is his Mega. It's a strong Mega, indeed, and I love the set he runs in it. I haven't run it myself, but... apparently he got beat by the very own set and went and made it his own, he said. He then has an Excadrill, can't do anything too much to my team without Sand, luckily, but I think it's still a very strong Pokemon to work out for. And then Klefki, the prankster using paralyzing fool of a Pokemon, just, you gotta watch out for. I actually thought he was going to leave with his Klefki, and I'm like, oh, I'll send him my Ferrothorn, I won't mind the paralysis, and he can't do anything in return, except for maybe set up some spikes or whatever. But my Ferrothorn comes up against a Slowbro, and I'm like, oh, this should be a good matchup, right? So he evolves right away, goes for a Calm Mind. I'm like, that's fine. I'll set up my rocks first time. Not that his team gets hurt much by it, but his Kyurem Black will take 25%. I miss my Leech Seed, that's bad. So he goes for a Scald, still only does 29%. So you can't be too upset about that. I'm going to slow this down a little bit, talk a little more. So right now, I'm in a better position, I would say, because I have Leech Seed Protect. His Slowbro does no Slack Off, though, so I did not know that at the time. I wasn't sure what set he was running. Although I'm pretty sure they all run Slack Off. It's first time I've seen a Mega Slowbro in action. But I figured there's not much he can do to me at this point. And even if he does take out my Ferrothorn, which I don't want at the same time, see, 4% resisted Gyarados. If only I had my Power Whip, but you can't have all grass moves. It's just not going to work out for me. I'd have to get rid of Protect. We're kind of at a stalemate. Although he's easily gaining the upper hand, and I'm not sure what I want to do at this point. But at the very least, I can't switch anything in, except when I do swap him out, I come into my Metagross. And this is because at this point, I have to take the Slowbro out, and I'm expecting another Calm Mind. He's going to get the 4-4. That's what he does. Or it's what I thought he would do until he says and shows me he has Iron Defense, and now I'm scared. Because this thing already has like 500 defense without being boosted. And even with my Metagross being very strong, Tough Claws, Thunder Punch, it's not going to do much. I think it does like 20. Yep, 20%. But I paralyze him, so things are looking okay now. His Scald kills me. Easy. That's unfortunate. But this Paralysis and Leech Seed combo is actually going to end up being pretty good because I go my Talonflame, not to do anything, but I just need to U-turn out and get a little more damage on him, hopefully. And I don't really remember who yeah, he said he served it in his last game. I go into my Heatran. Oh, this is an interesting part. You see, if he scalded me, I'm dead. My team is dead. It's 6-0. It's real easy. But he goes for the slack off like I was hoping he would to try and tank my Talonflame. And this Heatran is not optimal because it's running a Dark Pulse set. But as you're going to see, Dark Pulse has a 20% flinch rate and is paralyzed. It's also super effective. So combination of the paralysis, the Dark Pulse, and the Leech Seed, he's going down. He's getting, you know, I just need to kind of pull this off for a couple turns. And I really don't want to have to axe him like this, but it's my only chance. And I flinch him, and I paralyze him, and he's down to 30, so I just need to hit it 2 more times, I think. 1 or 2 more times. Just 1, because I don't have a phaser. He's right. I don't have a phaser, it's pretty much a good game. But luckily, I get very, very, you know, praying down to the Hack Scallops, I get very lucky, and now his Slowbro is dead. He can't switch him out, he'll die to rocks. He doesn't, unless his Excadrill knows Rapid Spin, which it does, but he'd rather just sack it, because nothing else is going to switch in. This Heatran on a balloon, is just so good. Now, Ruba Unbound, I didn't know how strong he was at the time. Didn't really know what he was going to run. But I figured my Clefable, oh no, my Ferrothorn would come in and be just fine. I thought I saw my Clefable earlier. He goes for a Drain Punch, so only does 34%, but Iron Barbs isn't going to do much. My Leech Seed Protect combo would keep me alive for a while with leftovers, so I think he's going to be forced to switch out here. No, he's going to keep going. That's fine. He thinks he'll just stay healthy with it, but he's just going to kind of cause more harm than help in the future. But once again, he unless his Kyurem Black knows something to take out this Ferrothorn, he doesn't have much. So he's going to switch. And out comes his Landorus, which is fine. It's fine by me, you know? I think he's expecting a Protect, and I actually double switch here. I don't remember why. I go into my Starmie, probably predicting another Drain Punch, and just figuring I could take anyway. But this ends up well, because Starmie scares Landorus a little bit, but he stays in, gets 61%. On him with the Scald. If I got the burn, this would have been crucial, but he goes for a knockoff. Sadly, takes out a lot of my Starmie. And I'm still faster, luckily, because I was running leftover Starmie. This is kind of a higher HP one. Not really strong, but his Klefki comes out to take the Scald that I would definitely be throwing his way next, because I want that Landorus out. Crit, luckily, 44%. No burn still. So we're moving on. His Klefki is scary to me, but he sets up spikes. I don't know why I didn't switch out here. I might have just gone for a recover. No, I go for a Reflect type, because that was what I was running at the time, oddly. But it helps me resist his, I guess, Moonblast, or whatever his Klefki knows. No, not Moonblast. He knows Play Rough, usually. And I'm just trying to get my Starmie healthy, because if he's going to go for spikes the whole time, I'm just Rapid Spinning them away and scalding him until he goes away. But, kind of wasn't... he's a screener, so he probably doesn't know Thunder Wave. I didn't know that at the time. But that Light Screen is going to actually be very helpful to him later, because my Starmie cannot hit anything right now. Everything he switches in will just be like 10% and moving on. So I go into my Talonflame, and why did I go my... oh, right, to end up throwing a Fire type move at him, but then he paralyzes me, which is bad. This is the worst option. He must only be running Light Screen and not Reflect like I thought he would be. So... not good. Can't go for the Fire type move that I want to. He's gonna set up spikes again. I guess he just wants his Entry. So I do go for Flare Blitz, that's what I forgot. Thankfully works, his Klefki's out of the way. My Talonflame's not looking too good though, because everything on his team could just come in and revenge kill at this point. Even his Landorus. So I have to take him out. The only thing I could possibly do is make my Talonflame come in as, like, you know, a switch Sackin, so I can do something there. But now he has Stealth Rock, so my Talonflame is 72% right now, so he can still come in and live, but it was very good that he went for the Stealth Rock. I should have just gone for a Brave Bird, because it still gets priority, but I wasn't thinking at the time. Anyways, I send in my Ferrothorn, who now has Leech Seed on the Landorus, which is pretty nice, because he still can't get me. His Earthquake won't take me out, that's his strongest move. So he goes for a U-turn, which is fine. but now his Landorus is pretty susceptible to dying upon immediate entry. So he switches in an Excadrill. I might have gone for another Leech Seed, just predicting the switch out, actually. No, I went for a Gyro Ball. That's 34%. That's good. But, I'm pretty sure Excadrill can take me out from this point. It just depends what he's running. So, he does. I probably should have gone for a Protect because he's Life Orb. Wasn't really thinking. Was kind of... Not really sure why I didn't. I'm not sure I would have lived anyways, but it was nice. Now my Starmie comes in. It's quicker than the Excadrill, so he's going to switch out. What is he switching to, though? That's the real question. Alright, he's going to sack his Landorus unless I go for like a Recover or a Rapid Spin here. And even if I go for a Rapid Spin, it's going to take him out. But I go for the Scald. Probably just don't want the Excadrill around anymore. He's a pretty strong spinner. You don't want that. You want the rocks up for the Cure in Black. But he sends in his Hoopa. Hoopa! That's scary. Hello, Sully.
How are you?
Good. I'm just recording a match here. Well, actually, I've been recording like 6. So you want to sit down and watch a little bit? That's fine. I'll do my stats later. Brandon's in there. He has his Hoopa Unbound, and I just go for a Rapid Spin because I want these entry hazards gone from my Talonflame. Because even though he's paralyzed, I still need that high health to do something. Maybe switch into an Excadrill. So now I send a Michael Fable. Kind of thinking I could take this guy on, but I really can't at this rate because Psychic will take a good 3-hit KO. What do I do on my next turn? Yeah, so he's going to keep going. I believe he's Scarfed or whatever, but it shouldn't be a big deal. I could, if I go for... Oh, I went for a Heal Ball. Oh, that's very good. Okay. So I was smart, and I put Heal Ball on this Fable. And even though I'll sack it to the Hoopa, now my Talonflame is very, very, very strong against his team. I can take out every one of his Pokemon with it, as long as I use the right move. I believe I'd send him in now, actually, to go for the Grave Bird on the Hoopa, because Hoopa's pretty slow, and even with a Choice Scarf... oh, what the heck did I do? Oh, I must have misclicked. Oh, that's sad. Oh, wait, no, I remember what I did. He is Scarfed, and I wasn't thinking that Scarfed Hoopa can outbeat a Talonflame U-turn, but it turns out it can. So Max Speed Talonflame does lose to Scarf Hoopa, and U-turn would have been 4 times effective. I could have played this game so much better if I just went for the Brave Bird. It would have taken him out. He's very weak defensively. But he goes for the Psychic on my Heatran just to pop my Balloon, I think. So his Excadrill can come in later and take me out. But now it's 2-2. Starmie Heatran versus Cure in Black and Excadrill. It's not looking good. He sends his Mixed Wall Breaker out. I don't really know what this is. Yeah, he's laughing at me that I didn't know it was Scarf. His Cure in Black comes in quicker. That's pretty much game at this point because he goes for the Earth Power. And one more turn later, my Starmie can't take him out. So we called it a good game. And that's a 2-0. We got one more battle after this. Thanks. Well, these are just I'm post-commentating these. Otherwise, I'm like, how am I doing this with no hands?
You're such a good trainer.
Yeah, I just tell them what to do. Okay, last battle here. Same team. I go for Ferrothorn versus Heatran. Let's slow this down a little bit. We can get a little more analysis about it. And his team is a really odd team. First of all, he's running a Sock, which is not very viable anymore, sadly, even though I had a Sock on my in-game team. He has a Skarmory, Masquerain, I'm guessing, for no reason. Alakazam, which is the most likely his Mega, a Heatran, and a Garchomp. So I guessed that he would send in a Skarmory first, to maybe get up hazards, but he goes right for his Heatran, so I put my own Heatran on a Balloon, and I send him in as a switch-in, because no matter what, Heatran on a Balloon beats Heatran any day of the week. Because Scarf or not, he goes for Magma Storm. Well, first of all, Heatran on Balloon counters regular Heatran because no matter what that Heatran does, he has to take out your Balloon, while my own Heatran will run Earth Power to take him out and not hit KO because it's 4 times effective. So he goes for Magma Storm. I guess he's a Trapper. And he's a very special defensive Trapper, so my Earth Power does not take him out like I thought it would. But either way, he goes for a Stealth Rock, and he's in a very bad position. So I'm going to make a bold prediction here, I think. And I think I went for no, I went for another Earth Power, which is fine. He sends that in to take it. But then he goes for a Sticky Web. So he's just trying to get hazards up on me. But my Lava Plume, boosted, super effective, 20% burn and all that, takes him out. So he has one guy down. I guess it did its job. And he sends out his Sock, because easy revenge kill if he wants to. And I put Michael Fable, which is fine because it takes no damage anyways. The speed drop doesn't matter. And he goes for a knockoff. Interesting choice. I could have probably killed him. Or at least brought him down to his lowest HP because I think Salk is 30 usually. But knowing that he can't do anything to me, I'm going to set up. And he gets a crit here, which is, scary, 1%. Oh my gosh. But I still go for the soft boiled, luckily, so I'm in a good spot even without my leftovers at this point. And I'm going to keep soft boiling just to get to a point where I can hit him. Because with crits being a little bit nerfed in this generation, it's 1.5, not 2 times damage. Even if he does get a crit like here before, it wouldn't have mattered too much. Because it only gets 50, and that's what my soft boils can recover. So I hit him with a Moonblast. He's sturdy, so we're still playing the fun game. He gets a weakness policy. I was very surprised by that. I liked it. I really did. But then he gets a crit, unfortunately. Probably did not matter. But now Michael Fable's out. And he's got rocks and sticky webs, so my Talonflame has to come in and kind of, unfortunately, sack a good portion of its health. I think I went for the Brave Bird just in case. And when he sends his Skarmory in, it's not really going to matter because... Oh, no, I went for the U-turn. Okay, yeah, because U-turn would be faster, but his Skarmory's running the Rocky Helmet, and now I'm in trouble because I can't send in my Talonflame. He dies on re-entry. So I go into my Skarmory. Not my favorite Skarmory choice to send in, but I've got to get these hazards out of the way, and he's not running Defrog on his end, so he's probably full... he probably has something else on there. Brave Bird, Roost, I don't know. But I go for Rapid Spin, get everything off my team, that's fine. It's much more helpful. He goes for Whirlwind, I guess he wasn't. He wanted to get the hazards up, and if you could take my Talonflame out then, that's perfect. But I get to go into my Ferrothorn, which is my Skarmory pick to switch in any time, and he sends in a T-Train. Good choice, but I go for Leech Seed. And he is not going to be able to live this. Oh wait, no, he is actually. Because he has leftovers. And that's okay. Because now I have his Heatran versus mine, taking out my Heatran. And he's going to go for a taunt, which is fine. He's expecting me to stay in, I guess. But, I mean, why would I? I don't have much to do to him. I don't even think if I had Power Whip it would take him out. But I go for a Dark Pulse, The only reason I went for Dark Pulse is because it would take out the Heatran. It would take out the Sock. It would hit Alakazam very, very hard. And I didn't want to go for Earth Power in case he took his Skarmory in. And I didn't want to go for my Lava Plume because that would not have helped. I'm faster because he's very defensive. And I managed to take him out. So now I've still got my Heatran on Balloon. His Garchomp can't do anything. His Sock might even be too slow. I don't know if he's running priority, but I don't want to risk it because Heatran is very important in this battle. I go to my Ferrothorn. Kind of a stupid move if he runs Drain Punch, but he runs Reversal. Wow, this is bad switching move advice from me. Don't sub in your Ferrothorn and take on a Suck. And I lose my Ferrothorn. That's pretty bad. But as long as my Heatran's up, none of his Pokemon do anything. So I switch to my Talonflame, the fastest Pokemon I have, easily able to take out the Alakazam, which he went into blind switching. He goes into a Skarmory. I believe I went for a Brave Bird. No, I go for another U-turn, which is kind of odd. I need to Roost at some point, but I guess I didn't want to risk it against Alakazam. I also don't know if Mega Zam is faster, but we could figure that out in these stats later. I go into my Heatran, who's on a Balloon. And I go for a Lava Plume, which is great because crit or not, might not have mattered. Might matter depending on what Skarmory he ran, but that's taking that thing out of there. No more messing around. He's got a straight up 4-on-2 battle here. I'm on a Balloon against a Focus Blasting Mega Alakazam, I believe. He knows Flash Fire, that's pretty cool. Luckily, I'm not going for it. He knows Shadow Ball, that's the best thing he hit me with Shadow Ball. It is a 4-hit KO, looks like, so I go for a Dark Pulse, and it does 90%. So I'm so glad I run Dark Pulse on this thing. So he protects. Guess he's just going to Scout. But why? I mean, Dark Pulse is going to hit either of these guys pretty hard, so. He takes me down 43%. My Heatran has done its job. Mega Alakazam is out of the way. Leaving me with a 4-on-1 versus a Chomp. And I don't really know if he's running a defensive Chomp since he ran Rocky Helmet Skarm. But either way, it's quicker than my Heatran, so Heatran's gone. I have a perfectly healthy Mega Metagross. A perfectly healthy Starmie that can probably take one hit. unless he goes for outrage, but he's slower anyways. So Scald only does a third, but I burn him, he has a Lone Berry. So now I figured, okay, it's defensive chump. It's not super offensive. He hasn't gone for like a Dragon Dance yet. Or, at least that's what I would think. And then he forfeits. Because at this point he knows I'm quicker, I'll bring him down, I'll come in for the Brave Bird and kill him, and that's the game. And then I still have a Metagross, very defensive, naturally, that would have used Ice Punch. I think I run Ice Punch on him. So at that point he knows it's game, he decides to save the time and quit the battle here. So I hope you guys enjoyed my Pokemon Showdown analysis battles so far. I have a ton saved up, and I'd love to get them out to you guys. I love doing just Pokemon battles and kind of seeing, how each team can get a little better, just going through and seeing, like, what you did wrong, what you could have done, why. And I enjoy them. I always loved watching YouTubers battle Pokemon since, like, 8 years ago or so, like, whenever I started watching YouTube. But, yeah, that's it for today. So thank you guys all for watching, and I hope to see you next time on Third Chair.